Hey everyone, and welcome back to another edition of a systematic course in the ancient tantric techniques of yoga and kriya by Swami Satyananda Saraswati. Today I am only briefly introducing you to two things. First of all, I want to cover topic 7 because I hadn't created a video about it, and I want to explain why and give you some resources so that you can review topic 7 from the book. And then the second thing is a quick introduction to topic 8, which will complete lesson 2 of our yoga practice so far. So let's begin with topic 7. Topic 7 in the book was about the root causes of tension. And basically what it is it gave us lots of pages regarding some information of like how we tend to, as human beings, react to things around us in a negative way. How we have these programs that are in our minds as a result of our environment and upbringing. And basically, Swami Satyananda provided us with 10 codes or ways to remove this programming that creates so much tension in our lives. So I highly, highly recommend that you guys take a look at that blog, because in it, I've included the link below. In it, I've included all the pages from the book. I've also included a recording of myself reading the chapter to you in case you don't have time to hold a book in front of you or skim through the pages and you just want to listen to it. And I've also just summarized the 10 codes for you. I've just included them there for you to read it. However, I really recommend that you read the pages of the book or you listen to it, because the codes won't really make sense if you don't understand how and why this programming, this negative programming in our minds and bodies has already occurred and how it plays out in our everyday life. So there's that. Please take a look at that. The link is below if you're watching this on YouTube. And the second thing now is topic 8. So topic 8 is about Shavasana, and it's basically just me now listening or telling you, reading to you, Shavasana, how to practice it in a way that also brings about relaxation. I don't know if that makes sense, but after this video, you'll have a recording and you'll have an opportunity to lie down and relax. And I'm going to basically lead you through some form of meditation in a sense, but it's mostly Shavasana, just lying there but feeling relaxed. So at the end of it, if you practice it completely and fully, you may feel a lack of tension in your body. You'll feel more relaxed and refreshed. So I highly recommend it. I hope you enjoy it. It does include Shavasana Part 1, which I had done in a previous recording. Maybe you remember it's when I taught you how to do Nakasana boat pose. And I told you how you need to come up into boat pose and hold for 10 seconds and then lie back down on the floor, rest for 60 seconds, come back up into boat pose, hold for 10 seconds, relax, do that 3 times, and then go through Shavasana, part 1, where you feel heavy in the body and you relax and things like that. So in this follow-up recording, I go through part 1, but I don't go through all 3 steps of Nakasana. I just tell you need to come up for 10 and then go back down, hold for 60, repeat 2 more times. You might want to pause, is my point. Do those and then move on to the recording. All right, so if you happen to practice this Shavasana and you feel nice and relaxed afterwards, please feel free to let me know. I just want to know that it's helping somebody. If you know anyone, by the way, in regards to benefits, if you know anyone who suffers from high blood pressure, diabetes, anything like that related to stress, please give this to them, because it will help them with those ailments. Okay, enjoy. Talk soon. Bye-bye, everybody. Relaxation. Shavasana Part 2, Topic 8. In the previous lesson, we explained the importance of regularly relaxing the mind and body, and how relaxation techniques bring about the removal of physical and mental tension. We explained the importance of tensing the whole body just prior to relaxing by using Nakasana, as well as the first part of Shavasana. I'll give you a quick reminder of what that is. Nakasana is boat pose. So you will, at this point, be lying on a folded blanket or rug or yoga mat. And you'll just lie flat on the blanket, facing upwards. And you rest your straight arms on the floor beside your body, with palms facing downwards. And you breathe in deeply and retain the breath inside. Simultaneously raise your legs, arms, and shoulders off the ground. Ensure that the arms and legs remain straight. Point your arms towards your feet. And try not to raise the feet or shoulders more than 15 centimeters from the ground. Stretch and tense the whole body. Feel that every muscle is tensed. Don't strain, but try to hold this raised position for as long as possible while retaining your breath. Aim at eventually maintaining the raised position for at least a slow count of 10, though at first a count of 2 or 3 is sufficient. Then allow yourself to slump back to the floor, but without letting your head strike the ground. Let the body sink into the floor. Slowly count from 1 to 60. This completes 1 round. Perform 3 rounds. After completing 3 rounds of Nikasana, remain in the supine pose and relax in Shavasana. Shavasana, you're now lying on your back in the supine position. Place a small pillow or folded blanket behind your head with the corners pulled under the shoulders. This ensures that your neck and shoulder muscles can relax. Don't use a thick pillow for this. It will tend to cause more tension by arching your neck upwards excessively. Rest the arms in line with and on each side of the body. Leave a little space between the arms and the side of the body. The palms should face upwards and the hands should not be clenched. The legs should be straight and slightly separated, and close your eyes. Try to feel the different parts of your body in contact with the floor. This is most important, for it starts to develop your awareness of the different parts of the body. Feel the contact between the floor and the buttocks. If you feel that the muscles of the buttocks are pulled together, release them. And keep your attention on the pressure between the floor and the buttocks for a few seconds, until you think that this area of the body is relaxed. Now try to feel the contact between the ground and the right heel for a few seconds. Repeat the same thing with the left heel. Now feel the contact between the floor and the right arm, right hand, left arm, left hand, middle of the back, each shoulder blade, the back of the body, and finally the whole body. And spend a few seconds at each point of contact. Next, try to feel that your whole right leg is very heavy and that it is sinking into the floor. If you cannot feel this heaviness, don't worry. A little practice is necessary in the beginning. Feel the right leg become limp. Repeat the same thing with the left leg. Feel the heaviness of the whole leg and that the leg is becoming limp and sinking into the floor. And do this for a few seconds. In turn, repeat the same thing with the right arm and the left arm. If there is tension in your hands, perhaps your hands are partly clenched, release the muscular contraction. Feel your shoulders slump into the pillow. Remove the load from your shoulders. Many people, because of tension, habitually hunch their shoulders. Let them sink into the pillow. Now drop your lower jaw and let it sag, but keeping your mouth closed. If you feel yourself frowning, try to release the muscular tension on your forehead. Throughout the practice, your worries or problems may keep appearing. And tell these problems that they will receive your attention after a few minutes, but now you are practicing Shavasana. Don't suppress the thoughts if they occur. Merely continue to direct your attention to the systematic relaxation of the different parts of the body in the way we have already explained. If you have time, repeat the same process again. If you have managed to carry out these instructions in the way described with awareness, then you should find that you have attained a wonderfully relaxed state. physically and mentally. Shavasana Part 2. The two parts of Shavasana comprise a whole, and as such, the second part should be practiced immediately after the first part without a break. So if you've completed this first part, welcome. Let's move on. Your body should be in the supine position, which you have already assumed for part 1. Make sure that the eyes are closed and consciously release the eye muscles. The mouth should be closed. The teeth should not be clenched, but slightly separated. Don't press the lips together, but let them relax. If necessary, yawn to remove facial tension. Feel that your head is very heavy. Now feel heaviness in the whole body. Imagine that your whole body is so heavy that it is sinking into the floor. Tell yourself that if you wanted to raise your body now, you would find it impossible because your muscles are completely limp. Feel gravity acting on every part of your body and pulling it towards the ground. Now watch the space or blankness in front of the closed eyes. Imagine that this space surrounds your whole body. Your body is in the middle of that space. Try to imagine that your body is slowly sinking in that space. Slowly, slowly sinking like a leaf falling from a tree. Feel your body sinking, sinking, sinking into the depths of that infinite space. Do this for a minute or 2, or longer, if you have time. If thoughts arise, let them arise. But continue to feel the body sinking. Imagining that your body is floating in space, sinking in that space, slowly, slowly sinking like a leaf falling from a tree. Feel your body sinking, sinking, sinking into the depths of that infinite space. If thoughts arise, let them arise, but continue to feel the body sinking. Now become aware of your breath. Don't change the rhythm of the breath, only become aware of the flow in and out of your nostrils. When you breathe in, know that you are breathing in. When you breathe out, be fully aware that you are breathing out. Try to feel that it is the first time you have ever breathed. You are experiencing breath for the first time in your life. As you breathe in, feel the health-giving oxygen entering your body, nourishing all the cells and giving you perfect health. As you breathe out, feel all the poisons and toxins leaving your body. All the tensions, stresses, problems, etc. are flowing out of you via the exhaled breath. Feel all anxieties leaving you with every breath. Try to maintain awareness only of the breath. But if other thoughts arise, don't worry. Merely carry on with your practice. Continue in this way for as long as you have time available. At the end of the practice, stretch your hands, your arms, stretch your feet and legs, and become aware of the surroundings, and slowly open your eyes. If you've carried out the instructions without sleeping and with alertness, but without tension, then you should feel wonderfully refreshed. Let's talk about sleep real quick. The biggest problem is sleep, unless, of course, you practice Shavasana specifically to remove insomnia. It is the habit of most of us to sleep whenever we achieve a reasonable degree of relaxation. We seem to associate relaxation with sleep and tension with wakefulness. Yet, the aim of Shavasana is to gain a high state of relaxation while being fully awake. If we fall asleep halfway through Shavasana, we lose much of the benefits because during sleep the mind again manifests its usual patterns of worry. By remaining awake and directing awareness to the different parts of the body and the breath in the way described, our awareness is coaxed away from its entanglement with obsessive mental anxieties. So, try to stay awake, even though it is very easy to just drop off to sleep. Now let's talk about awareness. Throughout the practice, one should try to be aware of all the processes which we have described in Shavasana. However, it is very easy to think of other thoughts and become distracted from the practice in hand. You should not suppress thoughts if they arise. Let them occur. Be aware of them. But simultaneously continue on with Shavasana. Now let's talk about benefits. People who suffer from high blood pressure, diabetes, or any other ailment that is directly, more directly than other ailments, that is related to excessive stress, are particularly advised to practice Shavasana a few times every day. Now let's talk about the instructions. So this is during yoga classes. Oftentimes the teacher gives all the necessary instructions and the practitioner merely listens and carries them out. It is far easier to gain benefits under these circumstances. However, when you practice by yourself, you should develop the idea that you are the instructor. Instead of the instructor being in the form of another person, he or she is now in your head. So mentally repeat the instructions to yourself and then enact them. In this way, you are more likely to maintain awareness throughout the practice. And remember, personally for myself here as a yoga teacher, my whole intention in teaching my yoga classes is to help you develop your own practice and routines so that eventually you won't need me as much and you'll be able to practice on your own and even share what you're learning with the people that you care about in your life. Okay, one last thing. Summary of the steps of Shavasana. Shavasana is a systematic technique which progressively relaxes the body and mind. Therefore, the order of practice is important so that you become more and more relaxed as you work through the technique. Excuse me. The following is a list of the basic steps. There are 5. 1. Adjustment of body position on the floor. 2. Experience of contact of body with the floor. 3. Feeling of heaviness and limpness of different parts of the body. 4. Feeling of sinking in the space in front of the closed eyes. And 5. Breath awareness. If you change the details of this technique to suit personal circumstances and preferences, try to maintain this basic order of steps. So let's say you don't remember every single thing I've said in Shavasana, or you don't have a recording, and maybe you don't remember, when do I feel release of tension and stress and problems? When is that my focus? When do I feel anxieties leaving my body? When is that my focus? What you can use is just these 5 steps. Again, adjustment of the body, experience contact of body on the floor, feeling of heaviness, feeling of sinking in space, and then breath awareness. And just act as your teacher. Imagine that you're trying to tell yourself, okay, I need to lie my body on the floor. It needs to be flat on the floor. Roll my shoulders back, separate my legs a little bit, palms up, that kind of thing. Experience contact of body on the floor. I feel my body on the floor, that kind of thing. My body feels heavy. Just take your time going through that and use your own words if that's all you have at that time, and you'll be fine. You have this ability to be your own teacher. You can do it. So until then, feel free to use these recordings. This is the end of our lesson. Oh my goodness, for lesson 2. It's the end of it. So now we are moving on to lesson 3, and I'm excited about it. But let's continue to practice this Shavasana for maybe a week, and then we'll meet back up and move on to lesson 3, which, just as a little peek, I'll provide in the blog.